Okie dokie, homies. If this works out, it's going to be my first video tutorial ever made. And we're going to start with making a adorable little crochet dingaling. Yay! So we're going to wrap this yarn like this and make a magic ring. I cannot explain it any better than I'm about to show you, so sorry, I guess. This is the best I can do. I'm new. Magic rings are a little tricky and annoying. I'm gonna go like this. Kind of make it small. If it doesn't pull that easily or at all, then just keep trying until it does. We are going to put 5 single crochets into this magic ring, and that is number 1. Number 2. 3. 4. 5. And it's called a magic ring because it's magical like this. See that little ring? Whoop. No more ring. So, it's hard to see, but this is where we're going to put our hook. And we're going to increase all the way around, which means put 2 single crochets in the same stitch all the way around, so it'll go from 5 to 10. So, that is 1, 2, 3, get in there, 4, 5, 6, get in there, 7, I think, wait, yeah, wait, hold on. Okay, I had to like count there and make sure I was right. So 7.
Do you know what I'd do to Sean if I wasn't so close to being free? Drown him in a lake.
8.
That's a joke. You know this is all your fault.
9.
You would have just let me disappear after my sister died. I could have collected that insurance money, taken Nikki away.
And 10. Now, after my round of increases, I always start using a stitch marker so that I can keep track of where I am. That's this guy. And I like to do my stitch markers like this. I put it on the hook, close it, and then slide it over the last stitch of the round before I start my new round. Alright, so look, it's already starting to get a little rounded. And for the next round, we are going to, how did I do the last one? It's going to be single crochet, increase, dot, 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 all the way around. And that'll make it a little bit bigger. So we're going to do single crochet. Sometimes the yarn splits and it gets all wacky. And then the next one is going to be an increase. So that's going to be 2 single crochets in one spot, one stitch or whatever. And then this one's going to be another just regular single crochet. This one's going to be an increase. And I'm going to pause it and finish it so that the video is not forever long. And then I'll unpause and move on to the next round when I'm done with this round. Okie dokie, homies. That was that round. And now we're going to move on to the next one. What was the next one? I'm trying to remember how I did the first ball. Because this is what it's going to look like when we're finished. I'm pretty sure for this next one I just did single crochets all the way around. Actually, for the next 2 rounds, it's just going to be single crochets all the way around. Still use a stitch marker so you can keep track of where you are. It doesn't have to be an actual stitch marker. It can be a piece of yarn. It could be a bobby pin, safety pin, anything that you can just get to sit there nicely and hold your place. So, single crochet all the way around. I'm probably going to pause it at some point so that the video is not forever long. Because who wants to watch a video that's forever long? Not me. Depending on the video, I guess. But, you know, whatevs. Alright, so we finished that round of single crochets. Well, we are finishing that round. I have one more stitch left. By the way, I am using a 3mm hook and regular for medium 4-weight yarn, I guess is what it's called, by Big Twist. It is acrylic, but it is so much softer than other brands of acrylic that I have found. Like, Red Heart acrylic is usually a pretty decent price, but not the softest thing in the world. But Big Twist is nice and soft and squishy and stuff, and I like it. It was super on sale at Joann's because they sadly are going out of business, but their sales right now are pretty fucking amazing. Sorry if you don't like F-bombs, I do, my bad. So, let's take this nice little stitchy marker and we're going to put it back on the hook and slide it on over so we can continue on with our ball. We're going to do one more round of single crochets, which I am probably going to pause for again because, you know, yeah, it's just how this works. Get in there. I forgot what the name of the movie is I'm watching, but it sounds like a crazy one.
2 minutes, 37 seconds. Last one. No, that was your best one. What's others? No.
Okie dokie pokies. We have finished both of our rounds of single crochets all the way around. Now we're going to do a little bit of decreasing. And it's going to be 2 single crochets and 1 decrease. I'm pretty sure that's how I did the first one. I really should write these things down, but I'm not good at stuff like that. I just kind of make it up as I go along and hope for the best. Seems to work out pretty good. Oh wait, we forgot to move the stitch marker. Slide that baby over there like that. And you don't have to do your stitch marker like I do. I just like that way better for some reason. That's 1 single crochet. Oh shit, get it back in there. That's 2 single crochets. And I always do invisible decreases because I just feel like I'm better with that kind than the other kind because I'm more used to it. So see how there's different like loops kind of? Invisible decrease is going to be going in through the front loop of the next stitch and the stitch after that. And you're going to wrap your yarn, pull them both back through, and finish it off like normal. So this is going to be a single crochet, single crochet, invisible decrease, get in there, single crochet, single crochet, invisible decrease again, single crochet. I feel like I should have did like 6 in the magic ring instead of 5 because now this round ends on a single crochet instead of a decrease, but it's fine, it won't really make a difference. So instead of doing another single crochet, I'm just going to do 1 more decrease to make it more of a rounder ball shape and less of a weird cup shape, I guess. Oh, fuck a duck. See, there it goes. Sorry about the F-bombs. Get in the right loop. And I talk to things that can't actually hear me or know what I'm talking about because they're not alive. Sorry. And there we got 2 balls. So we got ball number 1 and ball number 2. They're not identical because for some reason when I make things I can never make them identical. But at the same time, balls in real life are also not identical. So it works. Actually, I don't think anything in real life is technically perfectly identical for real. This one does seem a decent, like, amount smaller than the other one, but who cares? It'll be fine. It'll be too adorable for anyone to notice. Somewhere in there I must have just like did less stitches than I was supposed to or something, but whatever, it's fine. I'm not going to spend too much time worrying about it because stress is not good for you and it's not going to fix anything anyway. So to hook them together, I also am not going to be very good at explaining this process, so I'm just going to do it and hope that you can watch and visually see what I'm doing well enough to be able to do it, I guess. So you leave this one on the hook, you don't cut the string or nothing, and you're gonna, I don't like using that piece, ignore that stitch, so you're gonna go into one of the stitches on this one and crochet them together. So you wrap the yarn from behind, go over, or I mean under and around, and then you're gonna pull it through both balls. Okay, yeah, I don't like these hooks very much. They were cheap little Amazon hooks, and I probably could have gotten better ones, but I was new. So, then you're gonna single crochet the rest of it like normal, and then you're gonna work around this ball, and just keep single crocheting all the way around this ball, and I'm gonna pause it until I get to the next spot where I feel like you should see what I'm doing. Okie dokes, so we're back around. So this is where we started by connecting the balls, and we crocheted all the way around to this side. Now we're going to continue to, wow, that is a huge difference. Oh well. Continue to connect them by going back into this one, wrapping the yarn around like so, pulling it through. I guess that kind of made like a slip stitch in a way. I don't know, whatever. And then we're going to go around this one. Ball number 2, which was the small one, which was the first one I did. How I ended up with them being that different in size, I'm not really sure, but like I said before, balls in real life don't match anyway, just like boobies and hands and feet and arms and legs and everything else. So it's all good, it's just more realistic this way. Hope everybody's having a beautiful day. I think it's Friday. Yep, it's Friday. Happy Friday! Hopefully everybody's got some awesome weekend plans, either to go out and have some fun or chill out in the house and relax, get some rest, crochet some shit, lay out in the sun, who knows. I'm pretty sure it's going to be kind of rainy, I think, for us here where I am, which is a secret I'm not telling. Alright, and then we got balls that it's connected together, which I guess could also be boobies if you look at them from this angle. I don't know. Nippleless boobies, but yeah. We got our balls all hooked up nice, and we're gonna, how do I want to do this next part? Yeah, we're gonna go into this stitch, which I guess is kind of between the two. And then we're gonna do more decreasing. Starting with this one, because that's just where I feel like starting. So we go into that front loop, into this front loop, and do a decrease stitch just like so. And then we're gonna do a single crochet, single crochet. I'm just making this up as I go along, by the way. Single crochet again. We don't want to decrease too much because then the dick will be too small. And we'll decrease right here. So every third stitch, I think we're going to do a decrease. After every third stitch. So the decrease would be on the fourth one, I guess, but whatever. That's the decrease. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, and decrease. Get in there. Front loops only, guys. Front loops only. My shit is not cooperating today.
Oh, I just never understood biscotti. It
Fuck
says
a
you can
duck.
roll, it tastes like chalk. Absolutely sorry excuse for a pastry. Why are you following me? I'm sorry,
There we go.
I know you? I guess, because you were at my reading, and then you were outside my wine bar, and now you're in Italy. It's crazy. Are you a stalker?
And that's the decrease.
I didn't think you could see me. I'm so bad at observer report. It's like insane.
And we're gonna do,
Observer report.
where is that next stitch?
Are you a cop?
1,
FBI. You're
is
FBI.
it this one? Yeah, we're gonna go in
Just
1,
like that. I'm undercover. Okay. Why are you following me?
2,
Do you know this woman?
3,
That's Emily's Aunt Linda. That's the
decrease.
the dress barn. That's right around the corner from the book nook. Well, yeah, this was taken the same day as your reading. Linda was in Warfield.
Still kind of a big hole.
Who's that? Possible accomplice.
1,
Right. Wait, that's Emily. That's Emily's tattoo.
2,
I thought they just met. What? Sorry. Why are you following Linda?
3,
I said too much. I gave my phone back. No, you didn't. I didn't.
decrease.
Hi.
Good morning. I see you're making friends.
Well, power of the internet.
One,
You know, she's a big fan of my show.
two.
Hi, Moms. That's the show I do.
My goodness, Stephanie.
So now that we've made it all the way around, and I feel like that hole is still...
Well,
Actually,
you
I
know,
don't know. Hold
the
on, let me
moms
look.
are everywhere. So true. Everyone has fun. Have so much fun on the rest of your trip. Yes.
Actually,
Absolutely.
I think that's enough decreasing. That's good. So now we're just going to keep crocheting single crochets all the way around until it's as long as we want it.
Do you want me to take your picture?
So in a couple more stitches, I'm probably going to pause it and continue on my own, and then I will pick back up in a few rounds to let you see what I got going on.
Open your camera for it.
And we'll go from there.
Your unlocked phone. Right. The crazy person. Be safe, ladies.
How's it going? This is where I've gotten to so far. Nice little uneven balls. It's fine. Maybe I'll stuff this one a little bit extra to stretch it out some. Stretch it out some. So much inappropriateness going on in this tutorial, yo. I love that my first crochet tutorial might be... Well, so far it definitely is the most inappropriate since it's the only one. But if I continue to do tutorials, this will probably continue to be one of the more or most inappropriate of them all. But I'm sort of a very inappropriate person, so whatever, it fits. It's whatevers. Also, if I'm going too slow, you can speed this on up in your settings, and if I'm going too fast, you can slow it down in your settings. And if you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments. I cannot guarantee how quickly I will respond due to, I don't know, everyday life. But I will do my best to respond as soon as I notice them. And, yep. So we're just going around and around doing single crochets till our dingaling is the length that we would like it to be. Minus the head, because I think I'm going to do a color change for the head. I haven't decided yet. Because, you know, they're usually not the same color from top to bottom. Occasionally they are, but there's a lot of times that they're not. But when they're this dark, I think they actually might be. I'm trying to remember. Doing my best here, guys. My memory, though, is not the greatest. I don't really do a whole lot of staring at them when they're in front of me. It just keeps getting worse, yeah, I'm sorry. I guess, sorry, not sorry, it's just me. This is me as a person. Alright, and I think I do want to maybe do a decrease or two somewhere in here, because that hole is bigger than I thought. So we'll do a decrease on each side, probably. Like one here and one here. Just to cinch it up a little. We're still far enough down, it won't really be that noticeable, I don't think. So this next stitch will be our random side decrease. That is hopefully going to be enough to make a difference, but not enough to make it look funny or uneven or something like I did something wrong. I see some of these people on here and they be doing this shit so fast, and this is about as fast as I can go. I wish I could do it fast like them. I guess one day I will be able to. I'm still pretty new. I have made quite a bit of different items, but I'm still pretty new at this, I guess. Oh wait, yeah. Yeah, we're gonna do one more single and then the next decrease.
Thank you. Thanks for being here to share this new beginning with us.
Get in there. Come on, man. There you go. Good job.
Toast. Somehow changed my life.
Single crochet. Da 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 da. Do 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 do. I'm gonna pause it again and let y'all see where I get to in a little while.
Salud. Io sono nell'inferno. Questo è l'inferno, sto pagando per i miei peccati. My lovely Emily has informed me that Stephanie's spoilers are made on her and dear friend. We'll make it toast as well.
Oh.
Stephanie.
Oh, it's a nightmare.
So now, before it gets any more, or any bigger, longer, or whatever, while it's still being a shower and not a grower, I'm gonna start stuffing it. Like I said, I'm gonna try to put more stuffing in this one to even them out a little bit. I did my best, alright, y'all. I did my best. I'm only human. A very weird human. Let's just stuff them balls nice and full, because we don't want any flap sacks. We want the nice full thing. When they're empty, they're flap sacks. You're welcome. I think somebody should go to Walmart and ask an employee for help finding something, and ask where can they find the flap sacks, because nobody really knows what a flap sack is. And I love to just kind of like mess with people, especially strangers in public, and say things that make them confused and see what their response is. It's really fun. You guys should try it. So, if anybody does have big enough balls to go to Walmart and ask an employee where do they keep their flap sacks, please have something recording so that I can see a response reaction, because I've always wanted to do it and I always forget until after I'm not there anymore. I just got this big bag of fluff here. Actually, it was a big bag of fluff. Now it's a big half empty bag of fluff. Alright, so that's good enough for now. I don't think it evened them out at all, but it's cool. Like I said, none of them are even to begin with. And if they are, then they might be fake. They're probably a robot. If you ever meet a guy with even balls, he's definitely a robot, and you should see that red flag and take a step or 3 back. Let's just keep on single crocheting, because that's a little shorty. It definitely ain't long enough yet. Especially being a big one, a dark one like that. The dark ones are supposed to be the big ones. I know, I'm awful. But it's me. Little inappropriate, adorable me. Just a crocheting away. And hey, maybe being the most inappropriate crochet tutorial on YouTube or whatever will get me somewhere. Who knows? Because it's funny, at least. I think, hopefully. I like to make people laugh and smile and all that good stuff. If you hear a weird noise in the background, that's just my little sweetie hamster running in her wheel, getting in some exercise. I feel like it's an odd time of day for that, being that hamsters are nocturnal, and it is like afternoon time right now. I don't know the exact time because there's no camera on my screen when there's no clock on my screen when my camera's running. But I'm pretty sure, considering the sun's out and it's still during the time of day when children are in school, it's a little early for her to be up getting some exercise, but maybe she couldn't sleep. She might have a little insomnia or something. So she's trying to run it off. Who knows? I love my little baby sweetie, though. And her name is not spelled Sweetie like normal. It's spelled Sweetie like S-A-W, like the rap artist Sweetie. She's a baddie. And I just thought it'd be a cute name for my hamster, too. Why not? Alright, I'm just going to pause this so it don't take too long. So far, this is where we are. How's it looking? Rocket ship, blast off. Whee! I'm going to sit that down for a second because I need a beverage drink. Don't judge me. Yep, I brought him back. Fucking delicious. Whoops, there goes my palms again. My bad, homies. This is not your average boring granny tutorial, I guess you can say that. This is how us 90s babies do it. with the mad dog and the F-bombs and the pet hamsters in your 30s. Yup, yups. Tatted up and stuff. I think crocheting has come a long way over the years. It used to be a granny activity, I think, and now it's a awesome little hobby that everybody seems to enjoy figuring out. I've been having a blast with it. It's helped me a lot with my fidgetiness. I've made some pretty dramatic life changes I'm not going to get into detail about over the last year. And sitting still is very difficult for me. And I have to keep busy or I will go insane. So this has definitely been extremely helpful. Probably out of all the activities I've played with in the last however long, this one has definitely been the most effective at consuming my time in a healthy way and keeping me busy. And I can sometimes sell things that I make, which is also awesome. So there's that. And it's just been a really good thing for me. It keeps my hands busy, it keeps my creative juices flowing, and I have fun doing it. And people enjoy my creations. I usually mostly make plushies, but I have been experimenting with making clothes lately, and they've been alright. I made a bikini top that I sent to a friend, and hopefully she likes it. And I made a bikini top for myself that I like it. I might add more to it and adjust it a little bit, change it up, make it like more of a shirt than a bikini top, maybe. I don't know yet. I do better with this type of thing though because they're small and they're quicker and they're easy. Anything that's going to take me more than a day to complete isn't probably going to get done very quickly because I have overly extreme ADHD, and even though I take medicine for it, it still is like ridiculous. So I'm a very easily distracted person and have to do things that don't require me to focus for too long. I almost never start and finish something straight through. It's always like I take breaks randomly and do other things in between. I never have just one project going at a time. There's always at least 4. Alrighty, we're getting to be a good length now. I don't know if I should continue with this color or switch it up to a different color for the head. I feel like to make it more noticeably a head, it's going to have to switch to a different color though. So I'm going to pause this and find another color. Alrighty, I'm thinking I'm going to switch to this caramel color for the head. It is by Happy Value Craft Yarn. It is $1 apparently. I got it. Actually, there's a sticker under this. It used to be, it looks like maybe $1.19, but I got it for, I want to say maybe like 50 something cents at Joann's because of the sale. Unfortunately, by the time any of you watch this, they might all be gone or really close to gone. And hopefully this caramel color doesn't look funny because it's a really big difference, but I don't really know how else to go about this. I'm going to undo this stitch though because of the color change. I want it to be right in the middle. And this is how we do a color change. So when you have the 2 loops on your hook, instead of completing that single crochet stitch with that color, you're just going to add this color. And I'm going to go ahead and snip the yarn since we're not using this dark color anymore. Where's the end? Where's the end? Where's the end? There it is. So we're just going to loop this on and pretend like it's the same piece, like normal. And you're going to pull it through like normal single crochet. Kind of tug that one a little to tighten it. And these loose ends, you can tie together or you can just kind of pretend they don't exist and crochet around them for a while. That way they'll be within the stitches and you won't be able to see it. And that's how I like to do it when I do color changes, so there's no loose ends to tie or weave or do any of that extra nonsense with. And we're just going to keep single crocheting like normal. Actually, I think I'm going to single crochet front loop only and see if that makes it a more distinguished head shape. Because you know how the head has like that little ridge that kind of pokes out farther than the rest? I'm hoping to get that with this front loop only. So for this next round all the way around, it'll be front loop only with the new color. And you just keep that along the top of what's already done. So that way it just ends up nicely, seamlessly in there where you can't tell. Front loop only, remember how we do that? It's like there's the 2 loops, and we're just going to go under the one that's closest to us. That would be the front. And we're going to put that over there.
Wow. Do you understand English?
And then pull through and see how it leaves it like inside the stitches. Yep. We're going to do that for a few stitches, and then we'll just cut off some extra. And that way it'll be nice and weaved in on its own already. So it won't unravel, it won't need to be tied. It'll just be in there. Wait, I'm going to put that over again. This movie I'm watching is pretty good. I wish I could remember what it was called. Alright, I did 1 full round of front loop only single crochets with the new color to make the head. And it doesn't poke out any more than the other rounds, which was what I was kind of hoping for, since that's like the way that they're shaped usually. But it's fine. So we're just gonna, I also weaved in this extra string all the way around. So I'm just gonna trim it and then tuck it in, because it's not coming out. It's made a full loop around underneath all the stitches, so it's fine. Now we're just going to single crochet like normal for this round all the way around. And it's easier without this, like now you're able to keep track of your rounds without the stitch marker because of the color change, because it looks a little bit different where the color changes than it does everywhere else. So that's why I'm not using a stitch marker anymore. Now that it's like got this much shape to it, I can figure it out without it. But if you still need to use your stitch marker, feel free. It does not bother me at all. It's all about how you do best, because you're the one making it, I guess. So we're going to keep single crocheting all the way around this round. And I think after this round, I'm going to start with a little bit of decreasing to finish it off. I mean, I'm also going to finish stuffing it, because right now it's very empty. There's only stuffing down here, so. Actually, I'm going to do that now. Well, fuck it, why not? Get out of here, Hook, you're in my way. Stuff it in there good. You never want to overstuff, because sometimes if you overstuff, it'll stretch the stitches out too much, which will create little holes, which will allow you to see the stuffing on the inside. I didn't notice it much until it was like dark in my room and my black lights were on, and I could see the stuffing glowing in the black lights between the stitches, but without the black light, without it glowing, you really couldn't tell. But you know, let's get nice and full and firm. You want to keep it nice and firm, because nobody wants it to be squishy. Like, not too squishy. You don't want it rock hard. I mean, in real life you might want to rock hard, but it's better to have that like firm yet soft at the same time kind of feel, so it's not. Yeah, we're not going to keep going with that one. Never mind. Scratch the last couple of sentences I just said and stuff that on. Stuff that stuff it in there. However firm, to whatever firmness you prefer. Oh shit, I forgot about the safety eyes. Safety eyes. The last one I made, I put the safety eyes towards the bottom, but I think this one I'm going to do it towards the top, since I've already gone this far. Oh look, you can kind of, I don't know if you can see, but see how it's like, you can almost see through the holes that they're stuffing. So we definitely overstuffed him a little bit. And we're going to pull some of that out so I can pop some eyeballs in there, so he can have an adorable little face, because who wouldn't want their wee wee to have a face? Or their dingaling. I love the word dingaling. But that always makes me think of a song. I don't even know which song for real. I just remember the part. It's a Ludacris song. It's like, Dingaling King Ludacris is in the house. Every time I say dingaling, that's my immediate thoughts afterwards. I can't remember which specific song of those though. They're all equally inappropriate. Ugh. This is my box of eyeballs. I got it from Amazon. Super cheap. I can't remember the price. I'm sorry. Like I said, my memory is a little bit bad. A lot of it bad, actually. I say a little bit, but I'm going to call it a lot of it. Get back here, Dingaling. Where do you think you're going? Alright, so since... Oh, get out of here, fuzzies. That is where we made our color change. I don't like the look of that, so I'm going to flip it this way for the face. Oh, wait. That's not eyeballs. Those are eyeball backings. Did I take out the eyes already? I guess not. Those are a little small. They look a little small and beady. We're going to go with the next size up. You can use whatever fucking size you want, though, if you decide to use safety eyes from Amazon.
I don't know. It's fucking Italy. That's all I'm hearing.
So we're going to pop that eyeball in there. Can you see it? Yeah, it's cute, huh? So, I'm going to snap that little backing on in there. Can you see that? I'm sorry, I'm new at this.
Margaret, what was that shin pickle brain of yours? I need to know. Was Stephanie just here?
Ugh, get it in there. The backings are really hard to put on sometimes, which I guess is a good thing because it won't fall off that easily if it's hard to get on. But normally I melt the backs because I feel like it would, just in case a baby gets a hold of it, whatever the plushie is, if the back's melted, it'll make it less likely for the eyeball to fall off because this part will flatten out and be wider. But considering that this is a dingaling, I'm going to assume that no one's going to give it to their child. So it'll probably be safe to just leave the eyes as is once the backs are on. Hopefully. Sorry, I got really close there for a sec. So I'm going to try to do this again in a way that you can see. So we poked it through. This is so hard. That's what she said. Poked it through, popped the back on, and I use my fingernails to just kind of like push it down as hard as I can, get a couple clicks in, and now it has eyeballs. When we're done, I'll show you how to embroider a smile. I don't know what color I want to do for the smile yet, being that it's already dark brown, and usually I do black for my smiles. I might do red or pink or something for this one though, since it's already a dark color and I don't want it to be not visible. Alrighty, back to business. Get that hook back in them holes. Just gonna pull that one out. This movie I'm watching is getting like extra fucking dramatic. I like it. It's got Blake Lively and fuck, I forgot the other lady's name. Another pretty blonde that's in a lot of movies. No, wait. I think Blake Lively is the pretty blonde that's in a lot of movies. I forgot the other girl's name. I don't fucking know. Don't listen to me, okay? I have no idea what I'm talking about. It's on Prime Video or movie or whatever. It was popped up when I turned it on, so I hit info and I liked the way it looked and I clicked it. I don't watch movies very often because my hamster brain doesn't allow me to focus that long. But since I'm like half watching it, half doing this, it's fine. Alrighty, we're coming along quite nicely here. It's gonna be so cute. Love it. Look how cute. My name is Dingaling Ding Ding Ding. Sorry, my bad. ADHD moments. Squirrel. Yep, that's me. Fucking hamster squirrel brain.
I think we don't need it. We can just talk. Sodium tube.
Get in there.
Serum. It's not. I sort of work.
Most people add music to their videos. I'm just gonna make up my own as I go because I don't really know how to do editing stuff that much yet, so the less editing I have to do to this, the better. Fuck it, get in there. Sometimes this yarn just splits so easily and like messes me up. I don't know if it's me or the yarn or the hook or all the above or some of the above or none of the above. But yet we made a full round now. We got 2 full rounds of color change. I'm still not sure how I feel about the color differences, but that's what we're going with and that's how it's going to be. He's a little too soft. We need to stuff him better. Maybe I'll use a smaller hook next time so my stitches are tighter. That's what she said. So many good that's what she says. I've kept a lot of them in, but they're popping up in my brain. Sorry. I burped. This is going to be the most entertaining tutorial I've ever made, I'm sure. Definitely is now since it's the only tutorial I've made. Where did this piece of yarn come from? Why are you poking out there? Get the hell in your house.
Was dead, but she wasn't. She was undead. Not like a zombie. She was just like alive.
I don't know. I'm just gonna cut it. Hopefully it'll work its way back to the other side. There we go. Perfect. You can't even fucking see it. And guess I'm gonna start by decreasing now. Alright, so we're going to go under that first loop, under that first loop, wrap it around, pull it through, wrap it around the other way, pull it through again, single crochet that one, single crochet that one, front loop, wrap it around, pull through, wrap around another way, pull through again, decrease, and then this is going to be single crochet, single crochet, front loop, front, get in there, front loop, pull it through, wrap around, pull through again, single crochet again, single crochet again, front loop, wrap around, pull, and the next round I think I'm going to do all decreases, but before I do that, I'm going to stuff it because my hole is getting real tight up here, and I want to make sure that I can get in there good, so we're going to stuff it good. Lube's not going to help in this situation, so might as well get it before it gets too tight. I can't help but just be inappropriate as hell. I'm sorry, y'all. Actually, I'm not sorry, because that's just me as a person. And yep, that's a little piece of scrap yarn that's going in there with it, but it's fine. Why the fuck not? I'm not going to use it for anything else. Stuff it in there. Stuff it. Stuff it. Ooh, fill it up. Yes. Yeah, I know. I'm extra as fuck, but it's fine. Ooh, yes. So nice and stuffed full. Ooh. Hottest tutorial ever. Oh, it's adorable. I love it already. I gotta figure out how to do an uncircumcised look next. I think that'll be my next mission. I think I'd leave it like this and then like add an inside piece somehow that pokes out a little bit. I guess that would be how I would go about an uncircumcised one, but I'm not really sure. So that'll be for a later video when I figure that one out. And we're gonna do front loop, front loop. These are my decreases. Front loop. Front, get in the fucking hole. Front loop. Alrighty. That's going to be our last stitch because look how tiny and tight that little hole is. It's so tight. Such a tiny, tight little hole. And look how fucking cute that is, yo. I had to figure out how to make them bend too. Oh, I have to get some wires. That would be a good one because he looks extra cute being a little bent to the side, I think. Or you could bend them back or up. This is fucking adorable. I can't wait to fucking post this and see what everybody thinks. Maybe I'll get tons and tons and tons of attention for this one. I wish I could get a little more. I probably can get a little more stuffing in there. I'm good at stuffing tight holes. Even though I don't have my own natural penis to stuff them with, I have a tight hole that I... Never mind. Nope, scratch that. I might find a way to squish that out of this video. Oh my god. Oh my god. That was too far, I think. Sorry, guys. Not sorry, but I still think it was too far. Just take a little bits at a time when you gotta stuff them tight. Or stuff the tight ones, I mean. Look, it's a tutorial on how to make a crochet penis. Why would anybody expect anything but inappropriate? For reals. Fucking adorable. Perfect. So, we're gonna snip that right there. He's been snipped, can't have no babies. We're gonna pull that through like so. Where's my needles? Needles, where are ya? The phone's attached to the top of my body, by the way, which is why it moves randomly like this, because that means I moved. Alright, let's see if I can get this string to go into this nice tiny little hole. Lick my finger so I can twirl it together. I have fuzzies in my mouth. Nothing uncommon when dealing with things like this. And I don't know how I do this so magically, but I do. Yeah, I just started that tiny needle hole with a piece of yarn. Might be some of my unicorn magic. So we're going to
secret to keep
just
while
kind of
he's
weave
dead.
it in and out of the stitches.
When Dante and I first met, he was just another
Pull
customer
it
who wanted a
through.
sympathetic ear. Then he kept coming back, he'd tell me stories and we became friends. And one day he told me about his great love, the one that he could
Push that
never
down a
be
little.
with. The one his mom might even kill him over. She never found out. Because of his last name. Bartolo. Tay. Yeah. Holy shit. Yeah, I make a pretty cute beard. They needed someone flashy to draw eyes away from them, so, there I was. About in 20 seconds. No, 20s.
I just kind of go in and out a bunch randomly to get it, to make sure it's sewed in there nicely and not going to come undone. And then I go way down through it as far as I can without losing the needle. And I pull it real tight before you snip it.
They've been together for 15 years, nobody knew? Yeah.
And that way you can't see the string anymore.
Small, beautiful thing in a really fucked up
How
world.
fucking cute
So he
that
meets her
is.
in
Oh my
jail,
god.
reconnects with you,
My
and
name is Mr. Wee Wee.
he's his way out.
I'm a
I
dingaling.
was the only
Maybe the
person he ever
dingaling
told.
king.
So he
Ooh,
cut a
ooh,
deal
now I need a
in order to
mouse.
get you out of jail, and he and
What
Mateo.
color to do for the
Yeah,
mouse?
they be together
I'm
a
going
lot.
to pause this till I figure this out.
Obviously, Aunt Charity
I
should
guess I'm
find
just
her
going to use
next
black
thing.
for the mouth because it's not, it's visible, right? Oh yeah, plenty visible.
I honestly, I couldn't believe it, There she was, this person that I thought was dead or, didn't exist, was just standing in front of me like a creepy Victorian ghost child. Linda told me that I have two sisters, but that they didn't want me, and I knew
Shit,
it wasn't
didn't work
true.
that time, guys. Sorry.
No,
I'm gonna flip sides,
Rita
lick my
knows,
fingers, swirl that back and forth.
friends, and that she schooled me by myself and raised me by myself, and I only had them. All because Linda needed my help with her work ever since I was little, and I didn't want to do it, but I had to. So I did.
Bam.
But they would
Gotta
help
lick
me.
it before you stick it and it'll go in real
So
nice.
I wasn't so alone.
I love this. So we're gonna go in through this big hole in the back.
So
Come out up
many
here.
people. Those poor men. And I hated it.
And we're going to go in
Nothing.
right here
I just want to see you. I always knew that you
and
would be my
come out
savior.
down here. Hold on, wait.
Both of my sisters would be my savior, and I might save you too.
Yeah, we're gonna come out right. Get out of my fucking way.
You killed her? Why did you kill Faith? Why did you do that?
And we're going to pull it like so. And then we're going to just pull it up and go under this piece. And I do not like the placement of that at all anymore. So we're gonna undo that and try again. Because if at first you don't succeed, just try again and again and again. And if you get too many agains and you're still not succeeding, then just try something new altogether. We're gonna pull that back out and pull that out all the way. It's because that hole's too big. See, I should have used a smaller hook, damn it. But you learn as you go. And if you don't learn as you go, then you probably should start. Well, we're gonna go back into this back hole. I don't think that was the same back hole, but it's cool. We're gonna go through there. This time I did it almost in the same spot, but it's right above the hole through the middle of a strand of yarn. So it will hopefully make it cooperate a little better. Sorry if you couldn't see for a second. That right there looks like a pretty even spot. I'll wiggle it extra hard because I'm going in between strands. Get in there.
See what I mean? Blink if that's okay. Yay, we're gonna love this. We can feel so good.
Go up under that piece of yarn. And that way when you pull it down, it makes it a face shape. So once you go under, you're going to put it into the same hole it came out of. And then you're going to make sure you go through to the exact hole that you went in through to begin with.
Have this forever. Always.
Oh, shit.
So,
This one's too tight, so it makes it disappear, kind
Cherry's a
of.
sister fucker.
There we go. Yep, I like it. What do you guys think? I like it. I like it a lot.
Say it to you of all people. I mean,
Adorbs.
that might be the
So,
definition of
pull the
too
needle
soon.
out.
Are you
Tie it in a
okay,
knot.
by the way? Sorry, that was really dark. We kind of skipped over that. Thank you for your concern. Yeah.
Double knot it for
Okay,
it to stay good.
Locked you up and you've just been there this entire time?
Cut it short. And then use the end of your needle to kind of push it in there and make it disappear.
Honestly, the thing that's most upsetting to me in all of this is that
Ta-da! Can't even tell. And that is a finished dark meat colored crochet dingaling, and also a finished first crochet tutorial from me on my YouTube. Yay! Whee! Alrighty. Thanks for watching. If you've made it this far, like and subscribe, and if you want to, maybe even give me a share so that I can get more peeps on my dark side. And if you have any suggestions of things you want to see me make, drop them in the comments. I will do my best to figure them out if I don't already know, which I probably don't because I'm new. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed. Thank you. And no negativity. This is a good vibe, no negativity zone. So if you leave me some negative shit, I'm not going to reply. I'm going to block you or delete it or whatever. I don't really know exactly how YouTube works yet. But you will not be getting a response if you leave me some negative bullshit. Positive vibes, happy thoughts only. Yay for my dingaling. It's so cute. I'm so proud of him. He is adorable. The last one I made was like really tiny, but it was a white one. Well, a peach and pink one, which would equivalent a white one. So of course it had to be tiny. Duh. By the way, I was just kidding. It's a stereotype. It's not true. There are some big white ones. I think. I'm just going to throw that out there. I don't know anything. I'm just going off what other people say, I guess. I don't really know. I'm just trying to be not mean, I guess. I don't know. I'm just silly. I'm just silly, okay? Don't listen to me, guys. Let me know what you think, though. Thanks for watching. Unicorn swag.